I believe if God allowed the devil to come out from hell to earth to live amongst men, with all the atrocities the devil has committed, there will still be some women willing to settle down in marriage with the devil. The worst of men has a wife. No matter how condemned a man is, he is sure to find a wife. Welcome to planet Earth. Welcome to planet Earth, where women are desperate to settle down for anything that looks like a man. Welcome to planet Earth, where women are not comfortable being single. Hi beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. My name is Victory. If you're just seeing me here for the first time, it's so lovely to have you here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for stopping by to watch another video. Today, without wasting much of your time, we'll be talking about something that is currently making the rounds on the news. And what is that? It is about Chris Watts. In case you don't know who Chris Watts is, I will give you a quick background story of who Chris Watts is. Chris Watts is a man who is resident in the US. He's a US citizen, a white man who in 2018, he was convicted for unaliving his wife and two daughters. Not only did he unalive his wife and two daughters, guess what? The wife was pregnant at the time he unalived her and their two daughters. And what is currently making the round? News reaching us is that there is a woman who has now cultivated a relationship with Chris while he is behind bars serving his life imprisonment sentence for unaliving his wife, his unborn child, and two daughters. And guess what? That woman is now proposing to the prison service that they should allow her and Chris Watts get married and start a life as husband and wife while Chris is serving his life sentence. Where is the bar? The bar is in hell. What does this tell us about women? It tells us that women are desperate. Women are not happy being alone. Women feel validated by the presence of a man in their lives. I am tired of making excuses for you women. I am tired of supporting you women. I'm tired of speaking up for you women, saying that, oh, women don't know better. This is 2026. There is enough news out there. There is enough voices out there speaking out for women, educating women, opening the eyes of women. Tell me why a woman will still want to make such a move. I know she may be thinking in her head that she can love him unto repentance, or she can love him unto changing him. She feels like she's a moving rehabilitation center, just as a lot of you ladies feel. You know that this man is of no use, is of no good. You know that this man has a terrible character. He's going to be an impediment in your life. A lot of you ladies still go ahead to marry such men, all in the name of, don't worry, I can love him into changing. I believe that when we get married, when we settle down, when we start making a family, he's going to change. And then boom, you get married to him and you realize that you are not capable of changing another person. I don't know at what point in life you understand that people actually don't really change. Yes, people can suppress emotions. People can, stop doing a certain thing consciously. But it's, subconsciously, that thing is still inside them. People don't actually change. So what makes you feel that you can love somebody into changing? What makes you feel that you are a moving rehabilitation center? You can rehabilitate a man. You can change him. It is such a shame for ladies. It is such a shame for ladies. This is not a good example for ladies. Now, let's analyze this story critically. This man is behind bars. He doesn't even have the freedom to move around. I can bet on my life that this man does not even love himself right now because of the situation that he is in. Tell me how such a man who is not capable of loving himself and doesn't even have his freedom. Tell me how such a man who is not capable of loving himself and doesn't even have his freedom, and you think that that man will be able to love you. You think that that man will be able to make a good husband to you. Secondly, this man was a chronic cheat, because the whole story is that he was cheating on his pregnant wife with a colleague in the office. And at some point, he was tired of the married life that he had. He wanted something new. He wanted a new flame. That is why he went and unalived his wife and his 2 daughters. Now, that establishes that that man is a chronic cheat. There's ladies in prison, don't forget that. And there's men in prison. What confidence do you have that this man will not be sleeping with other women and other men in prison? And that is the kind of man Lizzie Henderson wants to get married to. So if you don't know who Lizzie Henderson is the name of the lady who is getting married, or who is proposing to get married to Chris Watts, who is serving life imprisonment in prison for unaliving his wife and 2 daughters. Thirdly, a man who suddenly got tired of having a marriage life, of being a family man, who did not have the balls to walk away, and decides to unalive his wife, unalive his 2 daughters and his unborn child. You can imagine to what extent a person's heart will be hardened for him to have made such a decision, for him to have, conceived such a thought in his heart and then actualize that thought in action. That can give you a clear picture of the kind of person that Chris is. And that is the kind of person our sister is proposing to get married to. I saw a video on TikTok, and I will want to share this video in line with this story and with the message that I am sharing. What is this video? I saw a video of a woman telling her husband. She said, honey, if you're ever tired of me, you don't want this marriage anymore, please move on. Tell me, we can go our separate ways without any issues, without having any quarrels, without making it difficult for you. I wouldn't do this. She was just saying a whole lot of things, And this man just sat there and nodded his head. It shows the kind of heart a lot of men have there. A typical man does not want to be the one to walk away from the relationship. They will either stay in that relationship or in a marriage and make you miserable to the extent that you leave, or you get tired and you can't take it anymore, or something happens to you because they have messed up your whole nervous system. That is a typical man for you. I'm sure Chris Watts must have made life a living hell for his deceased wife. I'm sure she must have been one of those women who maybe wanted to fight for her marriage, felt that things was going to get better. But Chris was sending these subtle signals. I am tired of this marriage. I am tired of this life. I want to be free. But she wasn't seeing it. Now, this is a lesson for you ladies. Once a man starts being unnecessarily mean to you in a relationship or in a marriage, it is time for you to pack your bags and leave. It is time for you to quit. It is time for you to walk away. Yes, it is time for you to open your eyes and say, this environment, this relationship is not serving me anymore. I rather go away. Don't sit down there and think that you can, perform more. Because when things are going that way, when a man is making a relationship, a marriage hellish for a lot of you ladies, that is when you find more, motivation to want to overperform. You want to now go out of your way to do and overdo things. And it doesn't work like that with men. The more you are performing, the more you are doing, the more you are trying to win his heart, the more you are trying to lure him into that relationship, into that marriage that he's trying to get out of, the more he will hate you, the more he will resent you. If a man starts acting up, be the boss lady. Have a conversation with this man. I see you are tired of this relationship. I see you. If it's a relationship, you don't even have to have that conversation. Take your things and leave. If you're not even already in the same space with him, block him. Block him. Cut ties, cut contact with him, and live your life. If you're already married to this man, you guys have made vows, you have committed to each other, Have that conversation. Honey, I see that you have changed. I see that you're no longer happy with this. I see that you're no longer happy with that. I see that you're spending more time outside. I see that you're not smiling when you're in the house. I see that you're always irritated. You're always on the edge when you are around me or you're around the kids. Are you tired of this marriage? Have that conversation. Do you need space? Do you need us to be separated? Do you need a divorce? Ask these questions. Don't try to overperform. Don't think that there is something you're going to cook better and he's going to stay. Don't think that you're going to do more styles in bed and he's going to stay. Don't think that you're not going to be dressing sexy and he's going to stay. Some of these men have made up their mind. Some of these men have made up their minds. Some of them already have families outside. Yes, some of them already have a full-blown relationship outside the marriage. Some of them already have a fiancé, somebody that they will love and they want to get married to outside of your marriage. For such a man, what will you do? You are his old flame. He doesn't want you anymore. He is now onto something new. He wants a new flame. He wants that spark. Let him go and have that spark so that you can walk out of that marriage alive and go and take care of your children. If you don't have any children, good for you. You can pursue life. You can fall in love with somebody else, somebody who will appreciate you, somebody who will love you. There is no need to stay in a place where you don't want to be to start overperforming. Ladies, in conclusion, you are not a rehabilitation center. Those of you thinking that you are a moving rehabilitation center, you are not a rehabilitation center. You cannot rehabilitate a man. You cannot love a man into changing his attitude. You cannot love a man into acting better. A man that loves you will naturally, do things in a way that will not hurt you. He will do things in a way that is convenient and comfortable for the two of you to continue to live your life. A man that loves you will think of you. He will prioritize you. He will prioritize your feelings. He will prioritize your needs. He will prioritize your safety. He will prioritize your well-being. You don't need to ask much. You don't need to perform. You don't need to do any of those things because he loves you. When a man loves you, it will show. In the way he treats you, in the way he talks to you, in the way he prioritizes your needs, in everything he does for you and for himself, it will show. So if you are in a marriage or in a relationship and you can see signs, don't think that you're going to be a rehabilitation center to this man. Don't think that you can love this man to changing. I don't want to make this video too long. We wish Lizzie Anderson the best, and we women who use our voice to speak on issues like this, we are not supporting things like this. We are not encouraging our young ladies to emulate this behavior. If the tables were turned, I don't see any man outside that would go for Lizzie Anderson. If it was Lizzie Anderson that unalived her husband and her 2 children because she wanted a new flame outside, I don't see any man outside of prison that will come into prison to say they want to marry Lizzie Anderson. They are not in love with Lizzie Anderson. They want to start a family with Lizzie Anderson. I don't think that would happen. Yes, men get away with anything in society. That is just what it is. Women, you have to be wise. You have to think. Think with your brain. Don't think with your emotions. Love is not enough. How can you even fall in love with somebody like Chris Watts, a hardened criminal, somebody who has been convicted and condemned by the law? That is the kind of person you see out of all the men walking freely in the world. It is Chris Watts that Lizzie Anderson saw. It shows her self-esteem, her self-worth, the love she has for herself, her thinking process, and how she processes things. It tells a lot about her. Thank you so much for watching this video up until now. If you have stayed up until this time, it means you have gotten value from this video. Please do well to like this video. Also, subscribe to the channel and do not forget to turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you so much. I remain Victory and I will see you again in my next video. Thank you and bye for now.